Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another installment to Fit by Fitzroy. I know a lot of you probably reading this title, if you know me, you're probably saying like, addiction, Fitzroy, what are you talking about? You've never had a puff of a cigarette, you've never even taken a sip of alcohol. But it's very true, I have an addiction and I didn't know about it until probably a year ago. I wasn't going to make this video until maybe a couple months after I started this page. One of the reasons why I want to talk about this addiction right now, opposed to later, as I was originally planning to, is in light of a couple events that have happened recently. First of all, a few days ago, one of my favorite rappers, Mac Miller, unfortunately passed away. He was known to have been dealing with drug abuse and substance abuse. He has tried to get help a couple times. Unfortunately, he let it get the best of him, and he passed. He's 26 years old. So not only is him being one of my favorite rappers something that really stuck out to me, but his age. I'm 22, 26 is just a few years away from that. So to think about that and the life that I haven't lived yet, knowing that someone else around my age has, unfortunately, is not going to be able to live theirs, that's so crazy to think about. And it's something very important that we have to talk about, is addiction. The other thing that makes me want to talk about this right now is after releasing Fit by Fitzroy the other day, I have had a lot of people come up to me and tell me about their lives and how much they enjoyed the video and how much they appreciate what I'm doing. A person I know, one of my coworkers the other day, actually came up to me after work and really personally thanked me for getting my message out and saying the things that I've been going through and wanting to help people. And this is someone who, if I had continued to listen to the people around me, I would have thought very poorly of. A lot of people have not said good things about that person, but this person came to me and they reached out to me and let me know how much they really liked what I was saying. And we got really deep in conversation, and it got to the point where they were telling me how they were previously addicted to drugs and how a few years ago they almost killed themselves. This is stuff that I would have never known if I hadn't come out with this video, if I haven't done Fit by Fitzroy and use this platform to help others. So I really appreciated them coming to me and letting me know about that. You truly never know what's going on in someone's life. That is one reason why you need to pay attention to the people around you. If you love these people, check in on them, find out how they're doing. Even if they say they're all right, you know, that doesn't mean sweep it under the rug. If you love someone, you know if they're going through something. It's very important for us to take care of the people around us, because sometimes they can't take care of themselves. Now, to get into my addiction, it doesn't have to do with drugs or anything. Like I said, I've never drank, I've never done any drugs, I've never smoked, whatever. But about a year ago, I realized that I was addicted to food. Initially, for the 21 years of my life before last year, I didn't realize that addiction is something you really can't shake. For so long, I used to look at these celebrities dying, people that I've grown up with that have unfortunately passed, and I mean, like, of course I grieve for them and I wish well on their families, but for a very long time I used to say, like, why can't these guys just put these drugs down? Why are they doing this to themselves? Even something as far as cigarettes. I say all the time, you know, like, I wish people weren't smoking cigarettes. Nicotine addiction, that's something that you have to shake. It's not very easy. I never truly understood the true definition of addiction. I always knew, okay, like, these guys, they're addicted to it, whatever. I never realized what it meant until I started to have to deal with it myself. Addiction is, it's feeling that you can't live without this drug, this food, this person. It's not just, oh, I like this food, I like this person, smoking is something I like to do, drinking is something I like to do, and I have a habit, I have a bad habit. That's not what addiction is. Addiction is something as far as you cannot live without it. You feel like without doing that action that you can't go on throughout your day. When I first started to lose my weight, you know, probably a month or so after I'm losing a few pounds, I'm talking to my friends and I'm saying to them, like, what's going on? Like, why can't people just stop eating fast food? For me, it was easy at the time. It's like, oh, losing weight is easy. Why can't people do this? And actually, one of my friends said, you know, like, it's not that easy. Some people are actually addicted to it. And even when they said that, I still didn't understand it until I truly started going through it myself. I didn't realize that I was addicted to food until I tried to stop being addicted to food. And that's the deal with a lot of addictions that people go through. A lot of people, they don't realize that they're addicted to drugs. They don't realize that they're addicted to alcohol because they've never tried to actually stop. It's not until you try to stop that you realize, like, I feel like I can't live without this. There are many times where I'm eating, I'll buy a bag of something, a bag of peanuts, or one of the containers of peanuts from the store, from the grocery store. You know, they're huge. There's probably like 800 calories in that thing alone. And those type of things are not meant to be eaten all in one sitting. But I've realized that a lot of the times when I buy stuff like that, not so much anymore, but definitely a few months ago, if I was to buy something like that, I would finish it. I would finish it within the hour. Sometimes I would put it away and I would come right back to it. I didn't understand why, but of course now that I do realize that I am addicted to food. I binge eat and I abuse food, much like someone would abuse drugs or abuse alcohol. I think getting this message out is really important because a lot of people don't realize that food addiction is a thing, much like I didn't. I know if I didn't understand it, there's probably millions of people out there that don't understand it. So if you are going through something like this, I first want you to know that it's okay. There is help out there, and it's not easy for you to shake. Just a month ago, I purchased a pizza from Pizza Hut, and I told myself, you know, like, I shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't buy this pizza. I don't need all this pizza. Why would I need to order 8 slices, a full pie of pizza right now? And I said, all right, you know, like, I'm craving pizza, whatever. I'm gonna buy it. Once it got here, I sat it down. I took 1 slice, ate it. I'm watching TV right here. I took another slice, ate it. Before I knew it, I was done through the pizza. I felt terrible afterwards. And the worst part about it is I didn't understand why I did it. Knowing going into it that I didn't want to, knowing that I shouldn't, knowing how much I've grown and how much I've been through and where I am today, and somehow I still got through that entire that entire pie of pizza for no reason at all. Abusing food is not okay. Food is meant to nurture ourselves, be healthy enough so we can survive and so that we can grow each and every single day without any complications in our health. I didn't understand that for a long time, and I'm glad that I do now. But we are not supposed to abuse food. We're not supposed to eat entire pizzas in one sitting. There's no reason for that. But a lot of the times when I was eating food, I was abusing it. Just like people would abuse drugs, just like people would abuse alcohol, just like people would abuse pills. You know, things like drugs, alcohol, pills, these are things that people would abuse, and I would never understand, and I would kind of not hate them for it, but I wouldn't give them any slack. I wouldn't understand that they couldn't live without it. And so now, through my understanding of my own addiction, I know how it feels, and I'm a much better person because of having gone through it and trying to shake it. Like I said before, a few years ago, I didn't even know of my addiction. Although I didn't know of my addiction, addiction still has an effect on your life every single day. Now, being morbidly obese, obviously they weren't the greatest times, and there weren't times that I thought very highly of myself. You know, I was a happy kid, I was a happy person, but there were a lot of times where I just didn't want life to go on anymore. I was never suicidal. I would never do anything to myself. I do understand people who are dealing with suicidal thoughts. Depression is very real. Thankfully, I've never had those feelings, so I've never wanted to do anything like that to myself. During that time, a couple years ago, there were like spots popping up on my arm and my face. I was starting to get like blemishes everywhere. And I didn't understand what it was from. Obviously, it was from eating poorly. But WebMD, everything, you guys know how that works. I thought I got skin cancer. And to be completely honest with you, I was okay if I wasn't going to live beyond that point in time. I 100% thought that I had skin cancer. And I thought every day was going to be my last. I thought I would just die. I was very ignorant to how it worked, but I didn't have a problem if I didn't go on. Being morbidly obese, I wasn't living life to my full potential. I wasn't playing sports anymore. Like I said in my previous video, I wouldn't do anything with my day truly besides go to class and come back to my dorm and eat food. I was in a really bad place. Even if I didn't understand it, being much happier today, I do understand it. It was hard. It's hard to say this right now because, like I said, I've never told anyone about it, but it's something very important that I felt I had to say to let you guys know, if any of you are feeling the same way, that there are others out there who feel like that, and you can get through it. Today, I'm so happy at where I am. I live life with a purpose now. Of course, one of my priorities right now, I feel as though, is to get this message out to you guys every single day and let you know that there is a brighter tomorrow. And I find it really important that I am saying these things to you and that other people say this to others as well, because that's the only way that someone who's going through it who isn't speaking up is going to know that it's okay, that there is help out there. A lot of people are scared to say something. Like I said, I've never said this to anyone. I've never spoken to my mom about it. I've never spoken to a doctor about it. This is something that I've kept in for such a long time. And luckily, I've been able to kind of get over the addiction, although sometimes I do relapse and eat an entire pizza. Now, I know this video is a little deep, probably deeper than I usually get with a lot of people. There's probably no people on this earth that knew I was addicted to anything, much like I didn't know a few months ago. I've never spoken to anyone about this. I've never tried to get out and get help for it. Through myself, I've been able to kind of realize what I should do and not abuse food as much anymore. But if you need help, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. You can send me a message on Instagram. You can send me a text if you have my number. You can send me an email. I'm always here to talk to people about their struggles, and I definitely understand the forms of addiction now. Having said that, I do want to get a little bit lighter and say I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for reaching out to me, whether it was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, texting me if you had my number. I want to thank every single one of you guys for doing so, because one, that keeps me motivated. Two, it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. You know, I of course think it deep down inside that I'm doing the right thing, but having you guys come to me and give me that reassurance is the best thing ever. I've had people that I talk to every single day tell me things that I didn't know anything about. I've had people that I've never spoken to in my life message me on social media and say, hey, I really love what you're doing, man. I'm glad you're doing this. This is big. This is important. And that gives me the inspiration to keep doing things like this, keep saying my message, coming clean with things like addiction, me being addicted to food. This is something I would have never done before had I not gone through this, and had I not realized, and had I not had people come up to me and let me know that they're dealing with things too. That's why it's so very important for people to say what you're going through, because there are others out there that are going through it too, but they might not have mustered up the courage to say it yet. So having you come clean with what you're dealing with, your struggles, even if it's just to one person, you'll be so surprised at the impact that you give others. Anyway, to wrap this video up, it's getting kind of lengthy again. I guess I'm rambling again, but I want to thank you guys one last time. Thank you for everything. I hope I can reach even more people in the future, and I hope you guys continue to follow along my journey as I'm helping people and helping you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, my email, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be, however you feel best fit to reach me. I don't mind contacting you by any means necessary. So definitely share this video if you enjoyed it, please. Comment down below, subscribe to the page, as I will have more stuff coming for you guys.